Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos and Abuja. Here are the stories making our headlines this hour. The World Economic Forum opens in Abuja. African leaders harp on safety as delegates shop for investment opportunities. United States, Britain and China make firm commitment to the fight against terror and rescuing the missing Chibok schoolgirls. Police offer a 50 million naira reward for missing schoolgirls. And thousands of South Africans vote in the country's 5th multiracial elections. You can get more on our top stories on our websites, ChannelsTV.com and on YouTube.com/channelsweb. But to get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Remember that you can also follow or send your thoughts on
chaired by Jimmy Obi and myself, which has now proven to be a good platform for mobilizing private sector resources towards improving the health outcomes for our population. And that's just one example. There are several other examples where there are investment opportunities that come to being because the public sector plays its role and the private sector plays a complementary role. Our people travel abroad for medical tourism. More than $1 billion is expended in medical tourism abroad. When people travel to India, to Middle East, to United States, United Kingdom, they go to private facilities, not public facilities, even in India. So the question is, domestically, how do we change the environment such that the private sector plays its own role and creates jobs, deliver quality healthcare for the population?
That was the former Minister of State for Health, Mr. Ali Pate. Going now to Abuja, here's Linda Akigbe with more on WEFA, I believe, and on the security situation in Nigeria. Hi, Linda.
And welcome to Abuja. In its bid to fast-track the release of the missing schoolgirls, the Nigeria Police has announced a cash reward of 50 million naira to anyone who volunteers credible information that would lead to the location and rescue of the female students abducted from Government Girls Secondary School, Chibok, Borno State. A statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, Mr. Frank Mba, appeals to the general public to be part of a solution to the present security challenge. The Police High Command is also reassures all citizens that any information would be treated anonymously and with utmost confidentiality. Some of the numbers to call are 09291 4649, 0805 554 7536 and 0805 554 7536. You can get the full list of the police numbers from our website. And following the intervention offered by the United States President Barack Obama yesterday, the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria says he has met with Nigeria security officials over the abduction of over 200 schoolgirls in Borno State. Speaking in Abuja, the ambassador said the meeting was to understand the specific assistance needed by Nigeria. He said the United States is set to help Nigeria recover the kidnapped girls and will continue to seek assistance from Nigeria to combat the issue of insurgency. Meanwhile, the United States and Britain have made a firm commitment to the Nigerian government to assist in the search for over 200 schoolgirls who were abducted by Boko Haram militants in Chibok, Borno State last month, describing the act as pure evil and a serious crime against humanity. The world leaders have vowed to join hands with Nigeria so as to defeat the dreaded Islamist sect.
As the cry for the release of the abducted girls gets louder, the international community is also responding. Concerned about the inability of the Nigerian government to rescue the girls, U.S. President Barack Obama says the U.S. will do everything it can to help Nigeria in its search.
This is a terrible situation. Boko Haram, this terrorist organization that's been operating in Nigeria, has been killing people and innocent civilians for a very long time. We've always identified them as one of the worst local or regional terrorist organizations there is out there. But I can only imagine what the parents are going through. So what we've done is we have offered, and it's been accepted, help from our military and law enforcement officials. We're going to do everything we can to provide assistance to them. In the short term, our goal obviously is to help the international community and the Nigerian government as a team to do everything we can to recover these young ladies. But we're also going to have to deal with the broader problem of organizations like this that can cause such havoc in people's day-to-day lives.
Also, Britain has joined the United States in offering help to support the Nigerian government.
We already have a British military training team in Nigeria. The Foreign Office has counter-terrorism experts, and we should be proud of the role we play in that country, where British aid is helping to educate 800,000 Nigerian children, including 600,000 girls. We should be clear, this is not just a Nigerian issue, it is a global issue. There are extreme Islamists around our world who are against education, against progress, against equality, and we must fight them and take them on wherever they are.
And to buttress the Prime Minister's words, French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius has also offered to send security service agents to Nigeria to help recover the kidnapped schoolgirls. With more than 4,000 troops operating between Mali to the west and the Central African Republic to the east, Paris has a major interest in preventing Nigeria's security situation from deteriorating. Meanwhile, protests continue back home in Nigeria. Bring Back Our Girls is the theme song here in Port Harcourt and Ilorin. Militant group Boko Haram kidnapped more than 200 schoolgirls last month and have threatened to sell them into slavery.
Governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, will have some explanations to do concerning the abduction of the over 200 girls from the government girls' secondary school, Chibok. This is because the northern region of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, today alleged a conspiracy between the Borno State governor and the authorities of the school. In a statement issued today in Kaduna, in Nigeria's northwest region, and signed by its Secretary General, Professor Daniel Babayi, and the Public Relations Officer, Sunday Obe, the statement raised several concerns about the situation. The association alleged that Governor Shettima knows where the abducted children are being kept and should produce them without delay. It also alleged that parents of the affected children are being intimidated by Shettima's administration, and says that may have explained the reason the parents and guardians are reluctant to volunteer information on the missing children. CAN says it has made its investigations about the matter and has a few questions that may help the search for the missing girls. The group asked whether the governor has constituted any panel of investigation which may be made public, and why the Borno State Commissioner for Education, the school's principal, vice principal, and chief security officer, all Muslims, ignored WAEC's advice against conducting exams in an area not properly secured. The Northern Christian group said it hoped the whole abduction story was not a gimmick to perpetuate a political conspiracy against the girls. Organizers of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign in Abuja have commended government's acceptance of assistance by the United States. A member of the group, Mrs. Hadiza Usman, said she believes the assistance would address the insecurity in the country. She, however, advised government not to relent in its efforts in ensuring the safe return of the girls.
If it's something that is beyond the Nigerian government, then yes, indeed, they should seek for help. and that help is welcome to the extent that these girls are rescued. Let them lay out what the terms and conditions are, and let the Nigerians see it. And we believe that a lot of transparency is important. Whatever engagement they're doing with the U.S. government, they should lay it open so that all of us can comment and see to the extent that it's beneficial to Nigerians. We're mindful of some of these issues. Nigeria is a sovereignty which we want to retain, so we do know that. So any terms and conditions with which the support is coming should be laid open so that we as Nigerians can comment.
When the news at 10 returns, Kaduna State bans motorcycles in the capital city. Operators kick.